Hi,
Um,
this is Ravit Rose, founder of Iru. Super pleased to be here with Dr. Mort Orman, who is an anger elimination coach. And we're going to be talking about the damages that anger can cause to you, to your divorce process, to your kids. So sometimes when we're in the heat of divorce and there's a lot of stuff going on and we're being thrown all these different things at the same time, it's very hard to stop and realize that the anger is getting really bad, that it's becoming uncontrollable, and how it's affecting you and everyone around you. So we really invite you to take this moment to just pause, think, and listen to what Dr. Mort is saying to really internalize and say, is this me? So, and once you know and you feel like it's you and it sounds like you, then you're one step closer to finding the solutions that you need to eliminate your anger. So thank you, Dr. Mork, for being here. Really looking forward to your wisdom.
well, thank you for having me. So, the purpose of this discussion is to help you understand that anger, both during and after divorce, can be very damaging. It can be damaging to you, it can be damaging to anyone you care about, and it also can be damaging to your future life. So, um, as mentioned, when you go through divorce, which is not a pleasant thing, there's often lots of anger involved. And even after the divorce, there can be lots of lingering anger, and it's easy to get triggered, to become angry very easily. And sometimes you might think that all this anger is good for you, or that it's protecting you, or that it's totally justified. But what you may not be considering is how much damage this anger can be causing, both now and in the future. So um, it's worth taking a few minutes to honestly look at and consider all the damage that this anger can be doing now and in the future. Not to make you feel bad, but hopefully to motivate you to stop marinating in your anger and take steps to eliminate any unwanted anger that may not be benefiting you. So I've been a medical doctor for over 50 years. I've been an anger elimination expert for over 40 years. And during those 40 years, I've been teaching people in all kinds of situations, how to eliminate unwanted anger from their life without anger management. And there are only a handful of anger elimination experts in the world today, and I happen to be one of them. And I've seen both in my medical practice and in my anger coaching experience, I've seen a lot of damage that anger can do, and it's not a pretty picture. So let's look at some of the areas where it can cause damage. Now, as a physician, I like to start off with looking at the health effects of having chronic anger, recurring anger, and I saw a lot of this in my practice. You can get high blood pressure, heart disease, strokes, common symptoms like headaches, tight muscles, digestive problems. And one of the big things is chronic anger or recurring anger can depress your immune system. And that can set you up for all kinds of other illnesses and problems, autoimmune diseases, even some cancers, we believe, maybe due to the fact that the immune system gets depressed by certain factors, one of which can be, heightened emotions. And another area is to look at is your energy level and your brain function. So when you're angry a lot, it can drain you of energy. It can make you less effective during your day. It can cause you to have emotional fatigue, lose sleep, start overeating, or have a poor diet. And all this can affect your brain function. So we don't think our best or make our best decisions when we're angry. Another area of damage, which most people are aware of, is how anger can affect your relationships. Obviously, anger may have been one of the contributing factors to why you ended up divorced in the first place. You and your partner ended up divorced. But other relationships can suffer from anger if you've got a lot of ongoing chronic anger. Walking around angry all the time affects other people. It makes them feel uncomfortable and not wanting to spend a lot of time around you. And if you've got kids or grandkids, anger can definitely damage them as well. If you're constantly complaining or being bitter or having anger outbursts, it can affect your kids emotionally. And it can also teach them and model for them that the way to be an adult is to be angry, which I don't is the message I don't think you want to be sending to your kids. So another area that's really important we don't think about a lot is our own self-esteem. When you're getting triggered a lot and you're not able to control your emotions, it makes you lose respect for yourself. I know when I was a younger man and I got angry very easily and couldn't control it, even though I was very successful as a physician, I really didn't feel good about myself because I didn't feel like I was in control of my emotions. So that's another big area of damage that anger particularly recurring anger, can do. And don't forget your future life. Whatever damage anger is doing now, you have to look, down the road, and it can multiply over time. When you don't know how to free yourself from anger, the damaging effects can accumulate and can spill over into your future life. It can ruin your future romantic relationships. It can cause future health problems and lots of other problems that we've talked about. So there is a solution to this problem and all this damage, and that is for you to be motivated to find a solution, to find a way to protect yourself from all this harm. And there are ways to do this. There are ways to get rid of your anger rather than just manage it or manage just the symptoms for the rest of your life. So I found this out 40 years ago, and I've been teaching people how to do this ever since. So the best solution for dealing with anger during or after divorce is to understand anger elimination, understand how your brain is making you angry, and stop focusing on what other people are doing that you don't like, and start focusing on about how your brain is making you think about those things so that you end up feeling angry. And once you understand this mechanism, which is really not that difficult to learn, you can eliminate most of your unwanted anger that's not doing you anything positive and maybe causing lots of harm. So every emotion comes from certain ways that your brain tells you how to look at things and how to think about things. And these ways can be discovered. They're not complex or difficult. And this is not just true for anger, it's true for every emotion that we have, whether it's guilt or fear or worry or sadness. They all come from just a few what I call brain filters, or ways in which our brain tells us to look at things that causes us to have that emotion. And you can learn the system or how the brain is using the system very quickly. I'd be happy to teach it to you. All you have to do is reach out and we can set up a time to talk. And the important thing to realize is you don't have to continue to have lots of anger either during or after your divorce. There are ways to stop doing that and to stop having that emotion and the problems that come along with it. So if you're interested in learning more or you'd like to talk to me about your unique situation, please feel free to reach out. The contact information should be below, and I'd be happy to set up a time to talk to you. So
Thank
thanks
you.
for your attention.
Thank you for that. I think this is great because I think a lot of people don't realize the impact that anger has. They're like, yeah, so I got angry. I had an outburst. Big deal. But it is a big deal. It's something that if it perpetuates, it will ruin your relationships with your children. So if you consistently have these outbursts, they will back away. They will, cut down the amount of time they spend with you because it's just not pleasant. Children want to be in a fun, comforting, loving environment, and anger scares them. And it doesn't do anything very good for them. And they're embarrassed at times. You're screaming in public, you're doing all these things. It makes them feel very uncomfortable. So I know that it could be hard to realize that you have anger issues. I know that it could be hard to really ingest the fact, like, I need help. But this is the best gift that you can give yourself, is to realize, I think I need to do something. It's time to eliminate it. And I'm not just going to do breath work while I'm, in chaos mode and having outbursts, because we know that that's not really going to help you. But think long term. Think of the legacy you're leaving behind to your children, to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues, everyone around you. Just be a better version of yourself, and you're going to see that you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. So thank you so much for being here, Dr. Moore. Thank you for sharing this. This is really insightful. Thank you all for watching. Until the next time we speak, I wish you all a day that matters. Take care, everyone.